began to fall from her eyes, and her voice became so choked up that she could not even address her husband. She simply closed her eyes in ecstasy. But with great love and affection, she bowed down before her husband, and within herself she thought of embracing him. She was fully decorated with a golden necklace and ornaments, and while standing among the maidservants, she appeared like the wife of a demigod, just alighting from an airplane. The Brahmin was surprised to see his wife so beautiful. In great affection, without saying a word, he entered the palace with his wife. When the Brahmin entered his personal apartment in the palace, he saw that it was not an apartment, but the residence of the King of Heaven. The palace was surrounded by many columns of jewels. The couches and bedsteads were made of ivory and bedecked with gold and jewels, and the bedding was as white as the foam of milk and as soft as a lotus flower. There were many whisks hanging from golden rods, and many golden thrones with sitting cushions as soft as the lotus. In various places there were velvet and silken canopies with laces of pearls hanging all around. The structure of the building was standing on first-class transparent marble, with engravings made of emerald stones. All the women in the palace were carrying lamps made from valuable jewels. The flames and the jewels combined to produce a wonderfully brilliant light. When the Brahmin saw his position suddenly changed to one of opulence, and when he could not determine the cause of such a wonderful change, he began to consider very gravely.
From the beginning of my life, I've been extremely poverty-stricken. So what could be the cause of such great and sudden opulence? I do not find any cause other than the all-merciful glance of my friend Lord Krishna, the chief of the Yadu dynasty. Certainly these are gifts of Lord Krishna's causeless mercy. The Lord is self-sufficient, the husband of the goddess of fortune, and thus he is always full with 6 opulences. He can understand the mind of his devotee, and he sumptuously fulfills the devotee's desires. All these are acts of my friend, Lord Krishna. My beautiful dark friend Krishna is far more liberal than the cloud which can fill up the great ocean with water. Without disturbing the farmer with rain during the day, the cloud brings liberal rain at night just to satisfy him. When the farmer wakes up in the morning, he considers that it has not rained enough. Similarly, the Lord fulfills the desire of everyone according to his position. And yet one who is not in Krishna consciousness considers all the gifts of the Lord to be less than his desire. On the other hand, when the Lord receives a little thing in love and affection from his devotee, he considers it a great and valuable gift. The vivid example is myself. I simply offered him a morsel of chipped rice, and in exchange he has given me opulences greater than the opulence of the King of Heaven.
What the devotee actually offers to the Lord is not needed by the Lord. He is self-sufficient. If the devotee offers something to the Lord, it acts for his own interest, because whatever a devotee offers to the Lord comes back in a quantity 1,000,000 times greater than that which was offered. One does not become a loser by giving to the Lord, but he becomes a gainer by millions of times. The Brahmin was feeling a great obligation to Krishna.
I pray to have the friendship of Lord Krishna, and to engage in his service, and to surrender full unto him in love and affection, life after life. I do not want any opulence. I only desire not to forget his service. I simply wish to be associated with his pure devotees. May my mind and activities be always engaged in his service. Krishna knows that many great personalities have fallen from their positions because of extravagant opulence. Therefore, even when his devotee asks for some opulence from him, the Lord sometimes does not give it. He is exactly like a well-wishing father who does not give much wealth into the hand of his immature son, but who, when his son is grown up and knows how to spend money wisely, gives him the whole treasury house.
The learned Brahmin thus concluded that whatever opulences he had received from the Lord should not be used for his extravagant sense gratification, but for the service of the Lord. The Brahmin accepted his newly acquired opulence, but he did so in a spirit of renunciation, unattached to sense gratification, and thus he lived very peacefully with his wife, enjoying all the facilities of opulence as prasadam, or mercy of the Lord. He enjoyed varieties of foodstuffs by offering it to the Lord, and then taking it as prasadam. Similarly, if by the grace of the Lord we get such opulences as material wealth, fame, power, education, and beauty, it is our duty to consider that they are all gifts of the Lord, and must be used for His service, and not for our sense gratification. The learned Brahmin remained in that position, and instead of deteriorating due to great opulence, his love and affection for the Lord increased day after day. Material opulence can be the cause of degradation, and it can also be the cause of elevation, according to the purpose for which it is used. If opulence is used for sense gratification, it is the cause of degradation, and if it is used for the service of the Lord, it is the cause of elevation. Sudhama realized that although Lord Krishna is unconquerable, he nevertheless agrees to be conquered by his devotees. He realized how kind Lord Krishna was to him, and he was always in trance, constantly thinking of Krishna. By such constant association with Lord Krishna, whatever darkness of material contamination was remaining within his heart was completely cleared away. And very shortly, he was transferred to the spiritual kingdom, which is the goal of all saintly persons in the perfectional stage of life. It is stated that all persons who hear this history of Sudhama Vipra and Lord Krishna will know how affectionate Lord Krishna is to the devotees like Sudhama. Therefore, anyone who hears this history gradually becomes as qualified as Sudhama Vipra, and he will thus be transferred to the spiritual kingdom of the Supreme Lord.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, thank you. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare. Put the microphone on his guitar. Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.